right, so there you have the starting field. Behind the Race Car Engineering Pacer. Again, racecareng.com. Located in Lakeland, Florida for all your racing parts, whether it's hot rod, asphalt, dirt, go-karts, whatever. Go to racecareng.com. Great sponsor. And, of course, the Pace Truck sponsor here with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. 100 laps. Again, the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Wesley Gwaltney will be reporting down there. Let's see what happens here tonight for $50,000 in Arizona Sport Shirts Crown Jewel Cup. Well, we've just had a phone call from our good friend Tom Paulson, of course, a sponsor, Brandon Shepard, of course, Rodney Sanders. He's been on Dustin Sorensen's car. And ladies and gentlemen, how about this? It's hard to say.
I know, James.
He is going to donate to the Garrett Alberson family $30,000. God bless you, Tom Paulson. $30,000 he's going to donate to the Alberson family. God bless you, Tom. All right.
That's got the hair standing up on my arms,
Oh, my
James.
gosh. We'll have, I don't know what to say. I've got my sunscreen running through in my eyes right now. I can't, I don't know what to say. God bless you, Tom Paulson. Thank you very much. All right, we're ready to go for $50,000. Ricky Thornton, Max Blair, the A-Store and Halligan Restart Zone. For the 34th time, the Topless 100 is underway. Here we come out of two. RTJ will take the lead down the back straightaway. Carson Ferguson rolls to second. Boy, wouldn't that be something that Carson Ferguson could win this race? They took care of Young Weston last weekend while Garrett and Danny were at the hospital. Down the back straightaway. Thornton continues to lead, one lap in the books. As they come off of turn number 4. RTJ continues to lead. Good battle for second down the main straightaway. They're side by side. O'Neal and Carson Ferguson. And right now O'Neal go to second in 71. 98 laps to go. We'll keep an eye on those right rear tires. How will it be? They have worked this track all day and all night. As they come off of turn number 4, 3 laps in the books. It's Thornton, O'Neal, Ferguson, Blair. Now Carson Ferguson will go back to second at 93. Carson working the bottom down the back straightaway. Max Blair, the 111, and Hudson O'Neal goes side to side. Davenport runs in 5th. Overton, Brendan Smith, Dale McDowell 8th. Charlie Cole 9th. Ethan Dotson runs in 10th, 4 scored. Back and forth battle for second. O'Neal running at high groove. Carson down low, so is Max Blair. Max Blair running a low group. He's like EPJ, catfishing on the bottom. Out of turn number 4, O'Neal's going to clear Carson Ferguson. O'Neal go back to second. Go back to the second spot with 5 laps in the books. Out of turn number 2, it's 9/10 of a second for the 20. RT Blair now works on Carson Ferguson. How about Brendan Smith? Shout out to the Smith Speed Solution 17 SS, seeking the biggest win of his career as he goes down the back straightaway. Brendan Smith's got a good hot rod early on. Brendan Smith goes to 3rd. He started at 8th. Up 5 spots. Could it be a shocking upset there? I didn't even get to pick a steering buddy dark horse. I think I might have went with Charlie Cole, but hey, Brendan Smith says, don't forget about me. I got a good car. Out of turn number 2, Thornton leads by 7/10 of a second. We have 7 laps in the books. O'Neal second, Brendan Smith, Ferguson, Blair, Davenport, Overton, McDowell, Dotson, Dan Ebert to 10th. But the Hoker Trucking Hard Chargers the 17 SS. Brendan Smith, he had a good run last night. He eyes the second spot down the back straightaway as Ricky Thornton Jr. continues to show the way. Blair on the outside now. Max Blair to the outside in the 111. Davenport digging on the bottom. So is Carson Ferguson off of turn number 4. 91 laps to go, clean and green so far here tonight. You see Brandon Overton. They watered the top. They tickled the top at the topless, James. They come out of 4. Brandon Smith is trying to go to second, and he did. He got it.
He is on the move,
He
James.
is on the move early on. 10 in the book. Still a long way to go. Boy, Bronson looked solid last week. He said he burned up his equipment. What about the top? They're letting it go. They brought in extra tires down to the infield. They're going to go for it here as they come out at 2. Thornton down the back straightaway. 11 laps in the record books. Thornton, Smith, O'Neill, Overton, Carson, Ferguson, Blair, Davenport, McDowell, Dotson, Ebert, still your top 10. Right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. as it stays green. They'll pick up the tail end of the field. Brandon Smith down the back straightaway. You know what's in the back of their mind. The pit crews are down there. They'd be ready to go. And right now, Brandon Smith is going for it. Out in front is Ricky Thornton Jr., reminiscent of Austin Reddick here several years ago. Took the lead late. And Scott Bloomquist pitted on lap 48, and that proved to be vital because he came back to win the race. As they come out of turn number 4, O'Neill, Brandon Overton. He has never won the topless 100. He's won a lot of big races in his career. He's never won this crown jewel race. Right now, Brandon runs in for it. Carson Ferguson back to 5th. Still Brandon Smith, the hard charger, 8th to 2nd. Right there, you've seen the 17 SS. 15 laps in the books. It's the 20 RT. And we got a Hellraiser Jack's caution on the racetrack.
It's like Dale McDowell. Dale McDowell.
Dale McDowell, oh man, back up on the Jersey barrier. Wow. So the 2-time topless 100 winner brings out the first Hellraiser Jack's caution of the race. In a very precarious situation. And they're going to have a hook in the infield, right? To lift him up off of the Jersey barriers down there. So we've got 15 laps in the books. Ricky Thornton Jr.'s led from the start. Brendan Smith, the story of the race right now. 8th to 2nd. We'll check the FK Rods instant replay of what happened to Mac Daddy. I do not, there's nobody around him, right? As he would say, might have over-rotated. And ends up somehow with the rear end of that car on top of the Jersey barrier. Wow. He was running in the top 10. Brother Shane down there. Looks like it's right behind the fuel cell, maybe. If we can get a shot down there, Landon, maybe of what exactly we're having to deal with this. I believe we're going to back the record up. You see the Lucas Oil officials down there, right there at the All Makes Collision area, work area. See if the one car, well, again, we've run 15 green flag laps until that first caution, is the one crew. They're looking long term. He has never won this race. That heartbreak a year ago. A flat tire near the end of the race. They've only won this race once, and that was when Tim McCready took over the ride from Hudson O'Neill a couple of years ago. Went on to win the race. And again, they haven't run this race all that much out of 33 attempts. Probably a handful of times the Rocket won down in the infield. Now, the caution, yeah, go ahead, Wesley, and we'll explain a few things.
Action in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Max Blair, one of your prelim feature winners, and the Rocket won. As I believe this is a planned stop for Brandon Shepard, as they have been trying to motion to him for the last couple of caution laps.
And the hood's off the 111, Wesley. The hood's off the 111.
Yeah, hood's off the 111 of Max Blair. And upset behind the wheel, and I believe that will bring it in to the night for the Centerville, Pennsylvania driver.
Your radiator on the 111. Max Blair started in the front row, had fallen to 8th. Now you're saying, well, I didn't think they could change tires if it wasn't flat. Well, the caution was for McDowell. So you can do whatever you want to. When you come into the infield, you can change whatever, right? You can change tires, even if it's not flat, if you're not the caution. And obviously the caution for Dale, as you see Danny White, the crew chief down there, a little bit of work. Apparently, as Wesley said, a planned pit stop in this race. So all 24 starters now will have Max Blair out of the race. 15 laps in the books, and Wesley Gwaltney. How about Brendan Smith? Great run for him, and he's letting it all hang out because he knows, hey, if I don't have a flat, I might win this race, right? Dale McDowell back out, Wesley.
Yeah, Dale McDowell finally off the hook. Max Blair going to pull it over here to the pit area. Changed both rear tires for Brandon Shepard, so it looks like it was a planned stop at the Rocker 1 as we come back to green.
Strategy early on. Remember when Zero pitted with 48 in, ended up winning the race. Back underway, the H-Door and Halligan restart zone. It's Thornton, Smith, O'Neill, Overton, Ferguson, Carson. Your top five. Down the back straightaway, RTJ out in front, Brendan Smith. The young man goes to the top shelf. He's got it working up top, but Thornton leads down the main straightaway. 16 scored. Smith, O'Neill, Overton, Davenport up to 5th, and Carson, Ferguson, Ebert to 7th, Dan 11th to 7th. Dotson, Ethan up a couple of spots. Terry Phillips 13th to 9th, and 10th runs Clay Stuckey up 5. Another lap scored, 17 in the record books. Brandon Smith is right there. It is 0.5 of a second. Keith Thornton Jr. now living in Indianola, Iowa, the native of Chandler, Arizona. Down the main straightaway, continues to show the way into 1. Brandon Smith still married to that top. O'Neill, you see Overton as well. Again, they came out, they watered and tickled that top, and so far so good as we come out of turn number 4 as we complete lap number 19. Overton looking for O'Neill now. He's going to follow him into 1. Brandon will get the advantage up top. Clear room up there as we have a Hellraiser Jack's caution on the racetrack. With 19 scored, and it's for the 74X of Ethan Dotson, as he has a right rear tire down, and he's trying to keep it from tearing off the side of the car or the deck. As Wesley Gwaltney, Ethan Dotson was running in the 7th spot, as we have a caution with 19 complete.
Yeah, Dotson's second time here to the Batesville Motor Speedway. Ran on the podium both nights of the Bad Boy 98 to Jonathan Davenport here in in May. As he brings the Taco John's Jarrett Rival 74X here to the hot pit area. And yeah, right rear tire down for the 74X. He'd been running around the top of the racetrack. He'd been one of those drivers trying to march his way to the front as they go to work on that machine.
All right, Wesley, thank you. So Ricky Thornton Jr. on top right now. Started on the pole. He's led every lap. Brendan Smith again has come from 8th to 2nd. Hudson O'Neill is 3rd. Brandon Overton 4th. Jonathan Davenport 5th. And it's Carson Ferguson, Dan Ebert, Terry Phillips, Clay Stuckey, and Devin Moran. You know all the crews are going to be checking out as he changes both tires on the rear of that ASD Motorsports for John Henderson. That's as Wesley gets a look at it.
Yeah, not a ton of wear, a little bit of blistering, but looks like more of a cut-in than anything for that Hoosier right rear tire for Dotson.
And Ethan was running in the top 10, but he will go to the tail end of the lead lap. So of the 24 starters, 23 still left running. Heartbreak Hotel, Max Blair, one of the prelim winners last night. Radiator issues out of this one. You see the skirting on the 74X has also come off. And we'll see, it's come loose, see how that's going to go. Apparently it's on there good enough to go back racing. Well, now he's going to need a push back on the racetrack as they get courtesy laps for a flat tire. So we're about ready to go green. We've singled them out, got them in line, now we've doubled them up. Tell you, James, Brendan Smith has been impressive. He continues to be right there. And they've got the choice on the right rear of a 3 or a 4 compound. And now maybe Hudson O'Neill, is he going to point out something on the racetrack? The 71 car, second in the points. And there may be something up there in turn number 1 that he may be pointing out. So we'll have to get a look at that. So your third place car as a way to a Lucas Oil official makes their way over there. They're coming around the back straightaway. So just as soon as we doubled up, getting ready to go, and we have another car that has stopped over there as well. So something over there in 1 and 2 now. Maybe pieces of rubber off of the Ethan Dotson car. And there you go. Just throw it over the fence. Well, you never know, right? I mean, you just never know. So we may have a little bit more down there. There you go. Jackson Dietz. Not exactly Nolan Ryan, but probably not too bad in bowling, right?
Yeah.
And
hey, we need to get to, hey folks, that you are standing down there along the fence, y'all need to back away from that fence per management. Back away from the fence. If you are standing against that chain link fence, you need to back away.
Go stand in the pond.
It'd probably be cooler, wouldn't it?
Well, we know that.
Oh yeah, you know,
All
it's
right.
4 or 5 out there this afternoon.
Yeah, there you go. 19 in the books. We'll get the track cleaned up, then we'll double them back up. Last time around, it was 0.7 of a second before the Dotson caution that Thornton had over Smith. Again, O'Neill, Overton, Davenport, Carson Ferguson, Ebert, Phillips, Stuckey, Moran, Chris Ferguson, Brian Shirley is up 21st to 9th. Then it's Charlie Clay Harris. Dotson was 15th. He'll go the tail end of the lead lap. Hilsebeck, Beard, Rice, McCowan, Seawright, Bronson, McDowell, Shepard. And again, Max Blair officially the only car out of this race. It's also big in the championship points because Blair came in 5th, and 5th spot in the points pays $100,000. And his good buddy Ricky Thornton Jr. 6th. So if Thornton could finish this out, he would gain on Blair as we head to Port Royal in a couple of weeks. But as we said before, you never take anything for granted here. All right, looks like the track is clear. Safety lights are off. 19 in the record books here tonight. In the topless 100, Brendan Smith. You never know. You never know. Could it be tonight? Will it last 81 more laps? As they come out of turn number 4, the Yates, Doran, Holligan Rigging restart zone back underway at Batesville. O'Neill goes to the outside on Brendan into turn number 1. Brendan using that bottom, keeps it glued down there. That car has worked at the top, it's worked at the bottom. Davenport 4th, Overton 5th. As they come out of turn number 4, Thornton continues to show the way. Smith 2nd, Davenport's going to the outside. Man, he squeezes by on the outside. Could be a victory fuel power move for JD as they come out of 2. Now O'Neill gets the spot back. They have gone at it before in the topless 100. They went at it last night in a preliminary race. Ricky Thornton continues to show the way. Brendan Smith, Davenport, O'Neill over to Dan Ebert, 11th to 6th. What you doing, Dan? I'm on the move. I'm up 5. Carson Ferguson, Terry Phillips, Clay Stuckey, Devin Moran, your top 10. Carson works the bottom on Dan Ebert. Terry Phillips, limited schedule and an open late model here this year. Been running mostly USMTS modifieds. Oh man, Ebert slips up the track. Down the back straightaway, Dan gets it corrected, and we've got a Hellraiser Jack's caution out on the racetrack. Charlie Cole, the only track star in the show here this weekend, 3rd in a preliminary last night. And the Wynn, Arkansas native heads into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, Wesley.
Yeah, the Victoria Cole Accounting Mariana Parts number 2 will come to the aid of his team. And we'll check on those tires. Everything on the left side is up, right side up as well.
Looks like something in the rear end of the car. Ethan Dotson back in, Wesley, behind you there in the 74X.
Dotson going to take a look at that skirting that you were talking about on the right side of that machine. Trying to pull it away. Looks like a couple of those rivets have broken loose. They're just going to go ahead and pull the body away from it. Try to get him a little more clearance before he goes back to green.
Yeah, you might as well, because you don't want to bring out another caution for debris. All right, so we've got 78 to go, 22 scored. It's Thornton, Smith, O'Neill, Davenport. Then Overton, Carson Ferguson, Dan Ebert, Terry Phillips, Devin Moran, Clay Stuckey, Chris Ferguson. How about Brian Shirley, 21st to 12th, up 9. He's now the new Hoker Trucking Hard Charger. How about that battle for second, or third rather? O'Neill and Davenport. We saw that last night. We've seen it before in the Topless 100. Davenport a two-time winner, the defending race winner, and then O'Neill won it in 2021. Thornton looking for his first one. Brendan Smith looking for a career night here tonight. Out of turn number 4, the east door and hauling and rigging restart zone back underway at Batesville. O'Neill now trying to clear Brendan Smith. Brandon Overton goes to the top. This Bud's for you. Here he comes to the outside. Here comes Dan Ebert. That top, and again, they worked that during the break before the feature. Overton has a run now, man. That was big momentum. They carry some speed here as he closed right behind O'Neill. 23 laps complete. It's Thornton, O'Neill, Overton, Brandon Smith. Ebert is up to 5th. Dan Ebert is up to 5th and 60. And Brandon Overton's got a problem. Brandon Overton's got a problem at 76, and it's a Hellraiser Jack's caution for the Evans, Georgia driver, 4th in the series points. Right rear down in 76.
You had to wonder how much abuse he was putting on that right rear tire as he had went at the top for much of the last couple runs. Also, Clay Harris, the Florida driver, going to make his way into the hot pit. So Clay Harris going to take a look at the 6 momentarily as Overton goes to his crew. Harris trying to get circled around here in the hot pit. Here comes a 2 of Charlie Cole. Last time he thought there might be issues on the right rear. All 4 tires were up, maybe brake problems for the 2 of Charlie Cole as we go check on Overton in the right rear tire.
Dale Overton, he had climbed up to 3rd from 7th and was right there. They had a battle coming out of 4. O'Neill was right in front of Brandon, and he had to check up a little bit. You carry so much speed here. You see the new right rear rider, Ken Tilla, the crew chief. Is everybody down here looking? Again, we've got 23 laps complete. Checking out that tire off of Brandon Overton's car.
Clay Harris, they're going to go with both rear tires being changed for the Florida driver. They get those changed out. So no tires were flat, but something was definitely awry. As we also got another one in the pit area over here. I believe that's Daniel Hilsebeck has made his way into the hot pit.
Daniel running in 16. So right now on the restart, it'll be 23 laps scored. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr. He's led from the drop of the green. Hudson O'Neill 2nd. Brendan Smith will go back into 3rd. Dan Ebert is up to 4th from 11th. Jonathan Davenport, Devin Moran, Carson Ferguson, Terry Phillips, Chris Ferguson, Clay Stuckey are top 10. Then it's Brian Shirley. How about Brian Shirley? Dylan McCowan 23rd. He'll be down 12th. Clay Harris, Josh Rice, Daniel Hilsebeck, Dale McDowell, Kyle Beard, Brandon Shepard, CMC Wright, Kyle Bronson, Ethan Dotson. Check on Charlie Cole here. And again, Max Blair officially, I show, is the only car out of the race as Clay Harris back out. All right. So we've got 23 of the 24 starters remaining. Ricky Thornton Jr. out in front. Went a long green flag stretch of racing there to start this one. Tell you one thing about Brandon Smith. His car's worked up top. It's worked on the bottom. And he's going to be on the top there on this restart. O'Neill on the bottom. The east door and Hauling and restart zone back underway at Batesville. Thornton will lead him into turn number 1. Here comes Brandon Smith. He'll fire to the outside. Out at turn number 2, Brandon Smith and O'Neill will go side by side. And 4th runs Davenport. Fifth is Ebert. Hilsebeck out of the race. Out of turn number 4, they're side by side for second down the main straightaway. They are still side by side, and that might be Brenda Smith by a nose. It is. Brenda Smith goes to second. As they come out of turn number 2, Brian Shirley, the Hooker Trucking Hard Charger, 21st to 10th of the 3S. Right now into turn number 3. Ricky Thornton Jr. off of 4, still in front. It was 0.7 of a second over Smith last time around. As we have 25 laps complete, a fourth of the way done here at Batesville tonight. Dan Ebert battles with Jonathan Davenport. Dan Ebert 11th to 4th in 60. You know it's going to happen. It's going to happen at some time for 60. Can he get it done here tonight? He has the battle with one of the best in the business, Jonathan Davenport, in a 1. Moran 16th to 6. Devin Moran up 10 spots. Carson Ferguson, Phillips, Chris Ferguson, Brian Shirley, your top 10. It's still the 20 RT. And look at this. Oh, man, good battle there. Ebert and Davenport. I don't know if they touched or not. Davenport up the track. And we are going to have a Hellraiser Jack's caution with 27 complete. Kyle Beard right rear down. So we
Interesting to note, James, is looking at some of these tires, Charlie Cole going back into the work of his crew, made a left rear change, just wasn't really feeling comfortable with the race car, kind of pushing off the right front, so they went a little bit softer. And Kyle Beard just kind of got up over the cushion and got into something and cut it. There's not really been a whole lot of damage or any blistering to these right rear Hoosiers so far.
All right. Got the shale. Very sharp edge it, and they've worked on this, and right now several drivers, no problem, but still a long way to go. 73 to go, 27 complete. It's Ricky Thornton Jr., Brendan Smith. He had fell back to 4th, he's back to 2nd. Hudson O'Neill 3rd, Jonathan Davenport 4th, Dane Ebert 11th to 5th, Devin Moran 16th to 6th, Terry Phillips 13th to 7th. Carson Ferguson, cousin Chris Ferguson behind him, and then Brian Shirley, the Hooker Trucking Hard Charger, right now 21st to 10th. So again, Josh Rice is 11th, Clay Stuckey, Dale McDowell, Dylan McCowan, Kyle Bronson, Brandon Shepard, Brandon Overton, Ethan Dotson, Sam Seawright, Clay Harris, Charlie Cole, Kyle Beard. So Hilsebeck will be officially credited with 23rd, Max Blair 24th, as Kyle Beard makes his way back out on the racetrack. So we'll single them out. We did that. We'll double them up. Brandon Smith picks the top. Or what he went with. Did he go with a 3 or a 4? You would think a 4. Or you gamble with a 3 early on. See how it goes. Thornton has led every lap here tonight. Last time around is 0.5 of a second. The defending World 100 winner will lead him around. 73 to go. Here in the topless 100, the East Door and Halligan Rigging Restart Zone back underway at Batesville. Brendan Smith hops through 2 up there. And here comes Dan Ebert. Dan Ebert working the bottom. Davenport on the outside. O'Neill right now runs in second. Thornton's continues to lead off a turn number 4. They're 2 by 2 down the main straightaway. Brendan Smith still sat second. Tight battle there behind O'Neill between Ebert and Davenport. Moran get it going at 99. Here comes Terry Phillips. Terry Phillips, the National Dirt Late Hall of Fame. And Terry Phillips, they try to go 3 wide into turn number 3. They do. Terry Phillips working the bottom in 75 as he only knows what to do down the main straightaway. He's got a good hot rod, the veteran driver. Turning 60 years old this year. Terry Phillips on the move down the back straightaway with Ebert. Thornton continues to lead as they come out of turn number 4. 30 laps in the record books here tonight. Brandon Smith still running his second. Davenport 3rd. O'Neill, Ebert, Phillips 6th. Moran, Brian Shirley 21st to 7th in the 3S. Down the back straightaway. They're going to go 3 wide again. Terry Phillips, Dan Ebert, and O'Neill. And here comes Squirrel. Here comes Squirrel. Brian Shirley. Anthony Martin turning the wrenches. He's going for it down the main straightaway. He has never won a Lucas Oil race. Could tonight be the night? A rare appearance here at Batesville. His first full year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, 5 years in the last 5 of the Outlaws. As we come out of turn number 4, 33 scored. It's a dandy right there. Terry Phillips in 75. 5th, O'Neill, Shirley, Moran, Ferguson, Rice to 10th from 22nd. But Ricky Thornton Jr. has led all the way so far here tonight as he comes off of turn number 4. He's got about a 2-car length lead into turn number 1. Holy cow, Brandis, we got battles all over the track, and we've got a Hellraiser Jack's caution on the racetrack, and it is for Charlie Cole, I believe. It is right rear tire down for the driver, running in 22nd. "33 laps scored." Man, if it just stays green, James, it's a good one right there. Third on back. They were 3 wide. Terry Phillips, how about that? 13th to 5th and 75.
He was coming up through there, had a good run going, and then, caution flag flies. And I think if we get a good long run, I think Terry Phillips, he may have something for RTJ.
Brian Shirley wanted to stay green, 21st to 7th. Up 14 spots for the 3S. Well, deep breath here. 33 officially scored. Now, normally in the Lucas Oil Series, in the main event, if you bring out 2 cautions on your own, you're out. But it is for a flat tire, so he will be allowed to come back out. So still only 2 out of the race, Blair and Hilsebeck. And Charlie was running in 22nd. So it'll be Thornton, Brendan Smith, Davenport, Ebert, Terry Phillips, Hudson O'Neill, Brian Shirley, Devin Moran, Carson Ferguson, Dale McDowell, who brought out the first caution, right? He's come from the back. He's 10th. That doesn't surprise you, does it? That doesn't surprise anybody.
You can't ever count Dale McDowell out here at Batesville Motor Speedway. That's
he
for sure.
over-rotated, and he's rotating to the top.
Yes, he is.
As Casey Kasem would say, keep your feet on the ground and reach for the sky, right? Well, you can see the sky out of these cars at the topless. Ricky Thornton Jr., though, he's led every lap. Brandon Smith was closing on him. He was about 2 car lengths back. In fact, 0.3 of a second that last time around. We've got him singled out. We've got him doubled up, Delaware double file behind RTJ. Thornton, Smith, Davenport, Ebert, Phillips, your top 5. 17 shy of the Hellraiser Jacks, halfway back underway as we go, starting lap number 66. I'll tell you, Brendan Smith, Dan Ebert's going to go to the top. O'Neill tries to go through, and there's Brian Shirley. Brian Shirley's right there in the 3S car. No shock. Here he comes on the bottom. Last year's Prairie Dirt Classic champion down the main straightaway. It's still Dan Ebert right there, O'Neill. As right now, Thornton continues to lead. Brendan Smith right there in second, holding off JD down the back straightaway. As we work lap number 35, as they come out of turn 4, we've got a Hellraiser Jacks caution on the racetrack. As we have Hellraiser Jacks caution, and it's turn number 2, and the CMC ride is sideways. Facing the Jersey bearer, caution is out with 34 complete. So CMC ride, his first visit to Batesville, made the show. Made the dream back in the month of June at Eldora. That looks like a suspension issue, maybe, on the 16 car. See if he heads to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Sam was running in 17th. So we'll restack him here with 34 complete. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., Brendan Smith, Jonathan Davenport. Terry Phillips is up to 4th. Dan Ebert is 5th. O'Neill is 6th. Shirley is 7th. 8th is Moran. 9th is McDowell. 10th is Carson Ferguson. Then it's Rice, McCowan, Chris Ferguson, Clay Stuck, Ethan Dotson, Kyle Bronson. Sam Seawright again was there. Then it's Beard, Shepard, Overton, and Charlie Cole and Clay Harris. I don't know if his quarter panel has the pop rivets come off the quarter panel. It looks like there. Maybe Jonathan Davenport was Kyle Bronson to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
Kyle Bronson coming to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. As looks like they're going to go back to work on both rear tires, make some changes for the Brandon, Florida driver. Looks like everything is up. Yeah, all rear tires are up, so just changes for going forward. And Dan Ebert now into the hot pit as well.
You see some of the crew. Carson Ferguson to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. So these are planned stops, right? I mean, that's what they're looking at. The crews, now they can't see the right side of the car, but I'm sure that they have their Flow app on, and they might be looking from the infield. Carson Ferguson, as Kyle Tompkins, the crew chief on that car, they'll make the tire change. So again, the caution for C-Right. And again, they don't get any courtesy laps if a tire is not down, so they're in a mode to where they need to make it quick. Dan Ebert also in, as you see Shelby Cooper putting on a new right rear. So some strategy here, 16 before the halfway mark. One other concern you got to worry about is fuel consumption here. Can they make it all the way?
Ethan Dotson has made his way back into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as well, and looks like they're going to go to work on the right rear tire for the 74X.
All right, so we'll try to sort this out. 66 to go, 34 complete. Ricky Thornton, your leader. Brandon Smith, second. Jonathan Davenport, third. Terry Phillips, fourth. Ebert was fifth, so that'll be O'Neill to fifth. Dotson back in. Ryan Shirley will be 21st to 6th. Then Moran McDowell, Carson was 10th. So he's on the tail end of the lead lap. But everybody out there running, I believe, yes, is still on the lead lap. So you go to the tail end of the lead lap cars, that'll be the very tail. So it's Thornton, Smith, Davenport, Phillips, O'Neill, Shirley, Moran, McDowell, Rice, McCowan, Chris Ferguson, and Jonathan Davenport to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce, the defending race winner.
Yeah, Jonathan Davenport, who looks to become the first driver to win back-to-back Topless 100s, is going to come into the hot pit as well. And looks like they're going to go to work on the right front. Pull a little sheet metal away, change it, left rear and right rear. So 3 tires being changed for the Blairsville, Georgia driver.
And that'll put him on the tail end of the field. Tyler Bragg down there, Corey Fosfed, the crew chief, directing the team as they're going to take a look at the tires. Wesley, if you can get a look at that. 34 laps complete. So Ebert to the back, he was running 5th. Davenport was running 3rd. And then Chris Ferguson right now. Chris was running in 13th.
Yeah, Fergie back into the hot pit as well. Right rear being changed for him.
Trying to get, I'm not sure if the impact wrench did not work. They had to bring in another one. There, the tire is off of the 22 car. So we've got them singled out, and then we'll double them up. Brendan Smith will have the choice, and this time it'll be on the 75 of Terry Phillips, who has climbed to 3rd. The winner here in 2013 in a Sunday afternoon race. And the Hall of Famer started back again in 13th. So now Chris will come back out in the 22. Now we're double them up, be ready to go green as the lights will be extinguished here shortly. So everybody that's out there is still on the lead lap. Again, only 2 cars officially out. Blair and Hilzebeck. As I told you, anything can happen as we wait on Chris Ferguson. He's down in the All Makes Collision. See if he's just waiting on the field to pass him by. Rob Penrod. Looks like the furled green flag as Chris Ferguson to the back with Davenport and Ebert. Oh, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Dale McDowell brought out the first caution of the race, and he may win this thing, right? He learned from the best, right, in tire conservation. I don't know if Scott ever got up on a jersey barrier, but Dale McDowell is going to be right there at the end. You just get that feeling as they come out of turn number 2. Ricky Thornton Jr. Terry Phillips. Terry Phillips has gone to second. Here comes Brian Shirley. Phillips started 13th. Shirley started 21st, and they're trying to run second and third as they're side by side for third at the line. 35 in the books. It's Thornton, Phillips, Smith, Shirley, Moran, O'Neill, McDowell's to 7th, Rice is 8th, McCowan in 9th, 10th is Stuckey. Off of turn number 4. Down the main straightaway, Brian Shirley to the outside. Brian Shirley, he goes to 3rd. He's looking for the steering buddy. $1,000 dark horse. As they come into turn number 4, off of 4, it's still Thornton. Here's the battle for second, Phillips. And, oh, man, he squeezed him out. Brian says, okay, I'll go right ahead. Brian to the outside. Anthony Martin turning the wrenches. And Phillips is going to squeeze him again down the back straightaway. Terry Phillips making the 75 wide off of 4, but he can't stop him this time as Shirley's going to take second. Brian Shirley to second. 38 lap score down the back straightaway. The advantage is 7/10 of a second for Thornton. Dives down low. I tell you, Brian Shirley may take the lead here shortly. From 21st, Brian Shirley for the lead. Oh, and the Hellraiser Jacks caution is out. Hudson O'Neill, the 2021 winner, second in the points, has a right rear tire down. Man, oh man, oh man, they are putting on a show. If we can keep this green, 62 to go, 38 complete. Brandon Overton back into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pick. You'll probably see a few more. We got a whole bunch down there in the pit area. Sam Seawright, Harris, Brendan Smith to the pit area. Yeah, We've got Hudson O'Neill. We've got Jeff Purvis. We've got Jack Boggs all down there.
A gaggle of cars making the way into the hot pit area. Hudson O'Neill loses the right rear tire there, but looks like Brendan Smith's team was thinking, and when the caution came out, they wanted to come in. They started to slide on that last restart. He got into the top, and just the race car didn't seem to fire right. So Brendan Smith's team going to work on that machine. Overton going to have some work done on the right rear tire. And fuel going in the 76.
As I mentioned, that could be another issue here with these cautions making it to the end, as you see Ryder Cantilla, the crew chief. But Brian Shirley and Terry Phillips, well, Thornton's led every lap. He says, what's this all about? He's led every lap here tonight. But behind him, Brian Shirley, folks, 21st to 2nd. So Brandon Overton, the first car that we've seen to put fuel. So Brian Shirley, and he has passed, he has passed what he's passed, right? Yeah, you have a few that have had gone to the pits, but Brian Shirley, 21st to 2nd, and Terry Phillips out there, 13th to 3rd, and he briefly held 2nd. Moran, McDowell from the tail end, down yonder, as Jimmy Owens would say. Out yonder, he's up to 5th. Brandon Smith was 6th. He's pitted. Rice 7th. Stuckey, McCowan. O'Neill was 10th. He'll go to the back. Shepard will be up there. My goodness sakes. But Brian Shirley is legitimately past cars, right? There might have been a couple in there. Clay Harris coming back out, but Brian Shirley was going for the lead. Terry was trying to make that baby wide. Here they go on the restart, but Shirley's going to power to the outside into 1. Brian now cut down. He goes right through the middle. Phillips trying to stay on the bottom. There's Moran at 99. Down the back straightaway. Dale McDowell doing Dale McDowell things. Out of turn number 4. Ricky Thorpe Jr. still leads down the main straightaway. We are going to be 11 laps shy of the Hellraiser Jacks halfway. We got a battle for the lead out of turn number 2. For the first time since Brendan Smith got within 2 car lengths, we're going to have a race for the lead, and it's Brian Shirley and Ricky Thornton Jr. And Brian out of turn number 4. Down the main straightaway, RTJ continues to lead. 40 laps complete. Brian Shirley for the lead, throws the slider. Out of turn number 2. The 2 veteran drivers going at it. Thornton back on the bottom. Do we have a new leader? He slips just a little bit. Ricky Thornton Jr. still in front. Brian Shirley will trail right. Oh, man, he had to check up. Almost got into the right rear quarter panel of Thornton. So Terry Phillips still third. Moran Rice is fifth. McDowell sixth. Seventh, McCowan. Down the main straightaway. There's the battle right there. Rice and McDowell going at it side by side. A team zero and a rocket down the back straightaway. McDowell. Now he will clear Josh Rice. Dale McDowell going to go back to fifth. Rice on the bottom. Here's the battle for lead. Continues into one. We might have to quadruple box this one before this was over. 57 to go. 43 laps scored, and we got a battle for lead. We got a battle back here between Rice and McDowell. Shirley for the lead. Can he make it stick? Can he make it stick? Thornton still leads down the main straightaway. 56 to go. 44 in the record books. Brian Shirley. What has he done with that right rear? Into turn number 3, the former motorcycle racer. Down the main straightaway. Ricky Thornton Jr.'s won in every race car imaginable. And right now, trying to win his first topless 100. And we've got a Hellraiser Jack's caution on the racetrack. And it is for Clay Harris. .45 scored. Wesley, Brian Shirley, and Hudson O'Neal back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
Yeah, Huddy and Big Sexy Brandon Overton along with Charlie Cole coming back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Here comes Clay Harris as well. How about the one of Brandon Shepard, one of our first drivers to make it into the pit area. He's running back into the top 10, just short of the top 5 right now. Clay Stuckey's having a good run as well in the 15. And Dale McDowell, well, he's doing what Dale McDowell does, a right front change for Overton.
Who had Dale McDowell on top of the Jersey barrier in 4, right? Vinny Giuliani checking it out right front, probably making a shock adjustment there. All right, deep breath. Thornton leads. He's led every lap so far here tonight, which is 45 of them in the books. Brian Shirley started 21st, he's second. Terry Phillips started 13th, he's third. Devin Moran started 16th, he's fourth. Josh Rice started 22nd, he's fifth. Dale McDowell brought out the first caution. He's come from the back. He's sixth. Dylan McCowan is seventh from 23rd. Clay Stuckey, Brandon Shepard, Jonathan Davenport, your top 10. I don't know who's going to win it. James, I don't know who's going to win it.
I don't either.
So we know Thornton, Shirley, Phillips, Moran, Rice have not pitted. McDowell, yeah, he brought out the caution. McCowan is not pitted, right? I don't think Clay is pitted. We know Shepard has. We know Davenport has. And I don't think we're done yet. I'm going to go out on a limb, James.
Yeah, I don't.
It's been entertaining. It's been entertaining. How about Terry Phillips? Clay Harris had a tire down, so he gets courtesy laps. Why not come in and change, right, if you're somebody else? But we're getting to be crunch time here. 5 more laps to halfway. We thought last weekend was chaos.
Yeah.
That was exhilarating. I don't know what else to describe, man.
Yeah, there was a lot.
All 3 nights were this one here. You can't say it's been boring. So Clay Harris had another tire go down. Again, this track, you've got shale in there in the racing surface. I mean, it's got some sharp edges and it varies. They kick it up. However, if you get it too wet, it gets rough. If you don't do that, then Devin Moran may have an issue in 99. Moran is not pitted. Looks like a right rear down. And he's going to come to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. So now 7 have not pitted as the defending series champion makes his way to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. And in fact, Wayne Castleberry, Heartbeat Hot Sauce is getting their money's worth. For your favorite Heartbeat Hot Sauce product, go to heartbeathotsauce.com or on Amazon. Is usually the right rear on Chuck Kimball, the crew chief's 99 car. So as far as I know right now, only Brandon Overton, who came back in, he's the only one that has added fuel. So Moran, they quickly work on that car. They will single him up. They've got him in single file order. And I believe nobody's been lapped with all these cautions. And there's only 2 officially out. So now the top 7 are not pitted. Brian Shirley. He and Phillips were going back. Terry was making it wide, and Brian went around him, and Terry's still in third. Brian's in second. Brendan Smith got within a couple of car lengths here early on, but Thornton has been virtually unchallenged. But right now, Shirley and Phillips may have something to say about that, and Brian's going to pick the top. Terry Phillips has a win in Lucas Oil Series, so he's not eligible for the Steering Buddy Dark Horse, but Brian Shirley is. He won Lucas Oil Knoxville Late Model Nationals, but it was only sponsored by Lucas Oil, not a sanctioned race. Rice and McDowell behind them. McCowan. What about Dylan? What about the last week for Dylan McCowan? Out of the ballpark at Florence, went to a backup, made the race on the last pass on one of the preliminary nights at Florence, and right now he's in the hunt for his first topless 100 win. The East Door and Hulligan Rigging Restart Zone back underway, 5 laps shy of the halfway mark. We're now to turn number 2. Here comes Rice on the outside. Brian Shirley, you wonder how long that right rear is going to last. He has put it to the test, and right now he's still in second. Phillips third, Rice fourth, McDowell fifth. 54 to go here tonight. 4 shy of the halfway mark. And in game on, down the back straightaway. It's still Thornton with the lead. It was 0.4 of a second last time around. Phillips works that bottom in 75, down the main straightaway. Terry Phillips, a lot of laps here in a modified and a late model. Rice on the outside 11, his first trip to Batesville, down the back straightaway. All right, as they come off of turn number 4, there you see your leader, Ricky Thornton Jr., 52 to go, 48 in the books. Rice third, Phillips fourth, McDowell fifth, Stuckey, good run for Clay sixth, Shepard, Davenport, Beard, McCowan 10th. Ricky Thornton Jr., we may have a new leader down the main straightaway. Oh man, half a car length. I don't think they touched. But it is going to go to the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark, and we may have our first lead change of the race. And it might be the driver that started 21st in this race. He has earned it, and he slides off the track. And taking the lead is Thornton, and Rice goes to second. Are you serious? Look at the race for the lead out of turn number 2. Rice to second, Shirley Phillips down the back straightaway. Thornton is still led every lap. That was the halfway mark. Off at turn number 4, Rice for the lead. No, it's still Ricky Thornton Jr. Rice to the outside, Brian to the bottom. No, Rice is going to squeeze to the middle. His 16th different racetrack he has run this year in the Lucas Oil Series. He has never ran here before, and right now he hounds Thornton for the lead at turn number 1. Josh Rice, by the way, started 22nd. Yes, I know people have pitted, but right now he is second. Thornton still leads. He's led every lap. Somehow, some way, maybe until right now, and we've got a new race leader, and it's Josh Rice. Back-to-back crown jewel victories. Here, it is not, I know Chris Madden did it in 2019. Shirley is back now to third. Phillips is fourth, and Josh Rice, your new leader at Batesville. 75K last week, 50K on the line here tonight, 46 laps to go. So we've scored 54. Out at turn number 4. Wow. Thornton second, Phillips, Shirley, McDowell, Stuckey, Shepard, Davenport, Beard, McCowan, your top 10. And Josh Rice is out to 1.8 seconds. Daniel Clark, the crew chief. Out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway, into 1. Josh Rice is pulling away. 2.7 the lead for 11. I know in 2019, Madden won the North-South, and then he won the toughest one under contact between Shirley and Thornton. They get it straightened back out. Brian to the outside. That is the battle for second out of 2. Here comes Dale McDowell down the back straightaway. Dale's got about 42 laps to go. I think he's in that zone, right? Dale's in the zone. The white helmet's working. Out of 4. Down the main straightaway. Side by side with Shirley, and McDowell is still for it. How about Clay Stuckey? Clay Stuckey up to 5th and 15. He's not out of it yet. Down the back straightaway. The battle between Shirley and McDowell. Rice, 4 seconds. The advantage for 11 down the main straightaway. And we've got a Hellraiser Jacks caution on the racetrack with 59 scored. Brendan Smith slowed. Brendan had ran as high as second. He's going to go to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. And I'm just shaking my head, right? There's no way this is happening 2 weeks in a row, right?
2 weeks in a row for Josh Rice, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but there's still 42 to go.
Oh, yeah.
58 scored.
You know, it seemed once he got in the lead, he just
he's the 4 seconds ahead, but that's all wiped out now, Wesley.
Yep.
Another tire issue, right rear down for Brennan Smith. They made a change a couple laps ago, a couple cautions ago for the 17 SS. He was one of your early risers, marching his way, battling for the lead. Never quite got around the 20 RT. Got a little wild there. We got one other scratch from the rest of this section. Kyle Beard, overheating issues, and Dylan McCowan makes his first trip into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as well.
So Thornton led the first 51 laps. Rice has led the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unofficially. He was 4 seconds ahead. That's all gone now. Whew. I thought for sure Shirley was going to lead a lap there, and he didn't. They was close. Shirley is 3rd. McDowell is 4th. Stuckey is 5th. Phillips, Shepard, Davenport. McCowan was 9th. He'll have to go to the back. Then Ebert, Bronson, Seawright, Moran. Hey, Wesley, I got a question. You've been coming here a long time. You've seen a lot of races here. Josh Rice has never raced here. He's never been on this racetrack, but it don't matter, does it?
No, sir. No, I think when you're hot, you're hot. That's one of those things that confidence is such a big deal in any type of racing, but especially in super late model racing. And Josh Rice, of course, they had to kind of tame the party a little bit from down in Verona, Kentucky after last week's victory over at Florence and get back to business, piece that car back together, but showing the exact same speed, and he's hoping things don't get as interesting as it was in the final few laps of that one.
Well, the plans right now is, again, I mean, we may finish this out. We'll see if there's fuel, see what happens. Rice in front. Thornton, Shirley, McDowell, Stuckey, Phillips. They just got the confetti off this car like 3 days ago, James. Daniel Clark, the crew chief, Zach Frields, and Kier Hoover, a.k.a. Big Snack. But it's still a long way to go as they come out of turn number 4 at the East Horn. All they can restart zone back underway for 50,042 laps. Ricky Thornton Jr. digging on the bottom. Rice and Thornton's going to take the lead at 20 RT back out in front. Let's see if we get this lap in. We'll have 41 to go. 59 scored. Thornton is back in the lead. Rice back to 2nd. Shirley's 3rd. McDowell 4th. Stuckey is 5th. Right now, Terry Phillips is 6th. Shepard is up to 7th. Davenport, Ebert 9th. Seawright is 10th. Side-by-side battle for lead. Down the main straightaway. Josh Rice retakes the lead at Batesville with 40 to go. Thornton back to 2nd. Down the back straightaway. So the top 3 have never won this race. Rice, Thornton, Shirley. McDowell, a 2-time winner, runs 4th. Clay Stuckey looking for the biggest win of his career. He's not out of it yet. He's in 5th as they enter turn number 1. 39 laps to go. 61 in the books. Rice down the back straightaway. Out of turn number 4. Out in front, the Vic Hill powered rocket. 38 laps remaining for the 11. Ricky Thornton Jr. is 8/10 second back. Good restart for RTJ. He got the lead back for 1 lap. But Rice doing what he did before that caution. He was 4 seconds ahead of him. He's almost got a straightaway lead already to turn number 1. 63 laps complete. Down the back straightaway. Started 22nd. Climbed to 2nd on lap 59. Out in front on lap 60. 21 spots. Not only the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, but there's still a ways to go yet. We've seen it before here. Right now, Ricky Thornton Jr., Brian Shirley, Second and third, Dale McDowell runs in fourth. Out of turn number 4. I'm not going to give a PSG, James. Not doing a PSG tonight because I don't know. I mean, it might very well be, but it might not be. Out of turn number 2. And right now, Rice is already in turn 3. 2.3 the advantage. Thornton second. Shirley is third. Off at turn number 4. Into 1. Now, if this thing stays green, he will pick up the tail end of the field. Dylan McCowan, who's inside the top 10, the final car in the lead lap. Everybody still running in this race is on the lead lap. Blair is out, Hilzebeck out, Beard is out. As they come down the main straightaway. 67 complete, and we got a Hellraiser Jacks caution, and it's for Terry Phillips. Terry Phillips in 75, the 2013 winner of this race. Ran as high as second. And he's going to take the Indy's Frozen Custard Longhorn to the infield. Rice out in front, and he'd build it back to 2.9. So Rice, Thornton, Shirley, McDowell, Stuckey, the top 5 are the only ones that haven't pitted. There is the Chunky Poodle Cookie. That's how I feel, kooky with this weather. Cookie Company. Well, it was a great restart by Thornton. He got back around Rice, but Rice got him back. Well, the team back home watching in Campbellsville, Kentucky. But as I said, still a ways to go. Still 34 laps to go, and it'd be like an eternity to the pit crews and the driver. Rice has never experienced the topless 100, but we'll see.
Could be a first-time winner.
Yeah.
Never know.
When was the last time somebody came here for the first time and won? Started his career in a modified at Florence Speedway. Got a big win last week, of course. He's leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. Terry Phillips, what a great run for him all night long. 13th to 2nd. He was running in 6th before the tire went down.
You know, you got to give a shout out to those pit crews down there in the infield. Boy, they have had their work.
Well, they got
cut
some
out
practice last week in the Hellraiser Jacks Pit Crew Challenge at Florence. And they're getting the workout tonight at about 100 and some odd excessive heat index. But it's not bad at all right now. Yeah, we're up in the booth. What are we talking about, James?
Yeah.
James and James, what are you guys talking about? Yeah. You guys got 2 fans running. All right, here we go. 34 to go. Well, you can't say it's not entertaining. Yeah, there's flat tires. Rice, Thornton, Shirley, McDowell, Stuckey. Those 5 have not pitted. Everybody behind them has pitted at least once. They go into 1. Dale McDowell's going to work through the middle on Brian Shirley. Thornton trying to stay with Rice down the back straightaway. They will score lap number 68 this time around for the 11 and the 20 RT. Leader +3. You see him battling up through there. McDowell, Stuckey, Clay's had a good run. Here comes Shepard to the outside. Brandon Shepard came in tonight 85 points ahead of Hudson O'Neill. And O'Neill right now runs back in 14th. Brandon runs in 6th, trying to extend the points lead headed to Port Royal. We'll have 31 laps to go. We'll have 31 laps to go coming up. Moran now will battle with Seawright down the back straightaway. Rice now 0.8 of a second off of turn number 4. Ricky Thornton Jr. right now in 2nd. Those 2 run unchallenged. 3rd is Shirley, 4th McDowell, 5th is Clay Stuckey. Out of turn number 4. 30 laps to go, and we've got a Hellraiser Jacks caution before we can get to lap 70, and it's Brian Shirley. Brian Shirley had gone from 21st, battling for the lead, and he's in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit for the 3S.
Yeah, just situation for the squirrel. Brian Shirley he marched his way to the front, battling for the lead. Looks like they're going to go change both rear tires, the right rear down for the Illinois driver.
Well, we're down to 4 that haven't pitted. And that would be Rice, Thornton, McDowell, and Stuckey.
Sam Seawright has also made his way back into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hotbit area, flat right rear.
So Dale McDowell brought up the first caution. That was what, lap 15? We had 15 scored. Single file from here on out. So it'll be Rice, Thornton, McDowell will be third. Stuckey, Shepard, Ebert, Davenport, Moran, Seawright, Dotson, O'Neill, Bronson, Chris Ferguson, Brendan Smith, Clay Harris. These pit crews are going to be wore out. There you see that quarter panel that's come unlatched on the 16 car. 31 laps complete. Ian Wesley will talk to the top three on the Big River Steel podium. And I have no idea who it's going to be. I have no idea. All right, 31 to go. Single file from here on out. As they come out of turn number 4, you see Stuckey right behind McDowell, back underway the east door and Holligan restart zone. Rice will lead Thornton into turn number 1. Third runs McDowell now. Clay Stuckey right there in fourth. Again, the top 4. You know they can hear the right rear. They're hoping it stays up in 30 more laps to the finish down the main straightaway. Rice, Thornton, Shirley was in third. Now it's Stuckey in fourth. Shepard, Ebert, Moran, Davenport, Dotson, O'Neill 10th. And Ebert back there. Up to 6th. I'm not even going to give their starting spots from now on. I do know Rice came from 22nd to 1st. But I do know probably there was a couple of cars that pitted. I do know that, but we'll see what happens down the back straightaway. It's not going to matter here as we go down the back straightaway. Will those right rears hold up for the top 3 that haven't, or the top 4 that haven't pitted down the main straightaway? 28 laps to go. Right now the lead is 2 seconds for the 11 car. Into turn number 1, the Vic Hill powered Rocket. Top rookie in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. His first year national touring racing. He won the Cowboy Classic at Wheatland. He won a preliminary night last Friday at Florence. He won the North-South 100. But there's 26 laps to go for payday again here at Batesville. And it's 3.3 for the 11. Thornton, McDowell, Stuckey, Shepard is back to 5th. Remember, he was one of the cars that pitted early on in this race. And right now we've got a Hellraiser Jack's caution on the racetrack.
Your second place runner, RTJ.
It's Ricky Thornton Jr.
Flat right rear tire for the Chandler, Arizona driver.
Again, he is in that battle for 5th of the points with Max Blair. As you see Justin Tharp, Danny White from the Rocket 1 down there. That leaves 3 drivers that haven't pitted. So Ricky Thornton Jr.
Bronson in as well, right front tire for the Brandon Ford driver.
So Max Blair's down there, the Rocket 1 crew down there helping out Ricky Thornton Jr. Anthony Burrows down there directing traffic, the crew chief. Get an update on lap. So again, under caution with 26 laps remaining, 74 complete officially. So right now, the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger is the leader of the race. So Ricky Thornton Jr. officially has led 53 laps. Josh Rice has led 22, and Thornton's coming back out. Well, that'll put Dale McDowell to second. If it was Eldora, Katie barred the door, right? But it's Batesville. He's won it twice.
Well,
the 60-year-old Hall of Famer right now in second place behind the young gun Josh Rice. Clay Stuckey looking for his first podium finish. The Louisiana driver, third. Shepard pitted early on, he's fourth. Ebert is pitted, he's fifth. Back underway, the East Horn hauling and rigging restart zone. 26 to go for 50K. Josh Rice leading down the backstretch, immediately stretches out over Dale McDowell. McDowell's probably hoping they can pick up the tail of the field. Something happens right there, and we got a battle. Dan Ebert and Moran going at it. Dan Ebert will follow his fellow Rocket driver. They're rocking 1 into 1. Ebert to 5th. Shepard up to 4th. Moran is 6th. Davenport 7th. Dotson is 8th. O'Neill is 9th. Chris Ferguson is 10th as they come out of turn 4. It's already 2.4. 23 to go coming up. As we are going to score lap 78. We get the leader plus 3, and Rice continues to lead, and he's pulling away into 1. He's already out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dale Mack just went into 1. Well, he's going to pick up the tail end of the field here. Again, there is still, I believe, 21 cars left in this race. Only 3 have dropped out. There's Dale McDowell, Stuckey, Shepard, Ebert. You can see the distance here. It's like from James, it's like here to Little Rock, right? And you can see he's going to pick up the field now. Is it becoming there on the bottom? You see that as they come out of 4. Josh, or coming out of 4, yes, Rice down the main straight. It was 4.4 last time around. This time, what will it be? McDowell, Stuckey. Down the back straightaway, the 28-year-old out of Crittenden, Kentucky. Off at turn 4, they've got 19 laps to go. Down the main straightaway. Into turn number 1. His dad, Jerry Rice, won the very first Sunoco American Late Model Series race in 1995 at Eldora. Out of turn number 4. Down the main straightaway. From 22nd to the lead. There he is right there on the speed shot. He's a straightaway ahead of Dale McDowell. And we got a car slowing, and it's Carson Ferguson. And he has got a tire down the right rear, and we're going to stay green, and I don't know for how long. Ferguson off the pace. And that's going to be Hellraiser Jack's caution with 17 laps to go. Sam Searide into the hot pit, Heartbeat Hot Sauce hot pit, and Carson Ferguson right behind him. Devin Moran to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce hot pit.
Travis, go get fuel! I'm going. Get fuel!
7, I make it go back to lap 82. Devin Moran adding fuel. By the way, that's one note to make. Last week in the North-South 100, Rice was doing donuts and ran out of fuel. So they'll get a 100-pound per lap burn off. It's 100-pound burn off because it's a 100-lap race. Normally they weigh 2350, so they can weigh 2250 at the Long Acre Racing product scales. So Chuck Kimball and the crew adding fuel to the 99. All right. In single file from here on 82 laps complete. Rice, McDowell, Stuckey. Clay Stuckey is hung right in there with the best in the business. He's running in third. Shepard, who pitted early on, is fourth. Dan Ebert is fifth. Jonathan Davenport sixth. Devin Moran was seventh, so that'll move Ethan Dotson to seventh. O'Neill is eighth. Chris Ferguson is ninth. Brendan Smith is 10th. Brandon Overton is 11th. Clay Harris, who's pitted for 52 tires, he is still in 12th. Carson Ferguson coming back out. Right rear. Fuel. Well, we know they're not going to run out of tear-offs because it's not, it's not that muddy out there. But we know it's not going to rain. There's not weather on the way, James.
No rain in the forecast.
No rain in the forecast.
For several days.
Yeah. All right. 18 to go. 82 scored. Who's going to win it? Rice, McDowell, Stuckey, the only three that haven't pitted. Off at turn 4, the east door at Holligan Riggin restart zone. Here we go. Dale McDowell, will he push it? Will he push Rice to use up that right rear? Down the back straightaway. Rice trying to make his way around there. Down the main straightaway. Into turn number 1. 17 laps to go. 83 scored here tonight. It's still Rice, McDowell, Stuckey, Ebert is 4th, Shepard is 5th. You just got to hold your breath, right, for everybody. Off at turn number 4. Everybody, by the way, is still on the lead lap. Nobody's a lap down with the number of cautions, of course. There's the, there might have been contact there. I don't know, Stuckey got on the wall as Ebert gets around him as Clay had to back out of it. Ebert goes around him. Dan up to 3rd. As they come off of turn number 4, Rice continues to lead McDowell. Into turn number 1. He already stretches it out to 1.4 seconds. Down the back straightaway. There's the battle there between the two veteran drivers, Brandon Shepard and Jonathan Davenport. They run 5th and 6th. Dotson is up to 7th. O'Neill 8th. Chris Ferguson is 9th. Brandon Smith is 10th. Boy, Brandon Smith had a good hot rod here early on. Ran as high as 2nd. Was challenging for the lead. And right now, we got a challenge for 2nd. Can Dan Ebert be on the podium in the Lucas Oil 800 Series? He'll slide up the track between one of the all-time greats, Dale McDowell, into turn 1, as Josh Rice continues to lead with 13 to go. Off at turn number 4, the black number 11 Rocket. They just got that car last week. And we've got a Hellraiser Jacks caution on the racetrack. And it's Ethan Dotson. Ethan had a good run going. The World of Outlaws Series regular modified hot shoe, and his right rear tires down to the ESD Motorsport 74. See, we'll head to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. I think we need to invoice Heartbeat Hot Sauce for every time we've had a pit stop, right? Sell some more of their fine product, heartbeathotsauce.com or on Amazon.
Troubles for Dotson team to get the right rear off as they go to work on that machine. He's a two-time CompCam Super Dirt Series winner. Coming at the Arrowhead Speedway and Old Number 1 Speedway in Harrisburg. Looking for his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. The Jarrett Rifle 74X going to try to get back out there and finish this one up for the final 13.
13 to go. Will it be lucky 13, right? Rice, McDowell, Ebert, Stuckey, Shepard, Davenport, O'Neill, Chris Ferguson, Brandon Smith, Brandon Overton. And again, of the 24 starters, only 3 out of the race. Blair, Hilsebeck, Beard. All right. $13 to go for $50,000. Josh Rice, Dale McDowell, Dan Ebert out of turn 4, back underway at Batesville. Dan Ebert, remember, he pitted at least once. Yes, he did at least once, right? He goes to the bottom of the hill. He might have the best car. Dan Ebert is going for it. Dan Ebert muscles his way around Dale McDowell. They're side by side down the main straightaway. Give it to Dan Ebert. Will it be Dan Ebert night in America? 12 laps to go. Not only a steering buddy dark horse, but a topless 100 winner. Off at turn number 4 for the lead. It's Rice and Ebert, and Dan Ebert takes the lead. Dan Ebert takes the lead, and Rice has got a problem. The right rear is down on the 11. Josh Rice, it lasted for 89 laps. Heartbeat, hot sauce, hot pit for Rice.
Heartbeat, hot sauce, hot pit, and heartbeat, hot sauce, maybe heartbreak for the Crittenden, Kentucky driver as he hits to the hot pit area, right rear tire down. And you had to wonder, he was running a little bit of a different line than everybody else in 3 and 4. The bottom had kind of become the dominant line. He was about a lane up the racetrack in the middle of the speedway and just come up a little slow out of turn number 4 that last time by. Dan Ebert rallying after pitting early in this one, and now he's going to have to hold on for 11 more laps.
And he got to hold off. He's going to have to hold off Dale McDowell and Jonathan Davenport. So Ebert, I'm not sure what lap he pitted, but he pitted. I do know that. He will be the new leader. We've got 11 to go. Dale McDowell will be second. Davenport third. Stuckey fourth. Shepard fifth. O'Neill sixth. Chris Ferguson seventh. Brandon Smith eighth. Brandon over to ninth. Ricky Thornton Jr. 10th. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, it lasted for 89 laps from 22nd to the lead. Let's see officially how many laps he did lead. But his hopes for back-to-back crown jewel events. And I'm not going to say that because there's still 11 to go. Who knows? Right? Rice led. Dan Ebert's leading. Thornton has led 53 laps. Rice has led 35. Back underway. 11 to go. Dan Ebert, the former Winter X Games snowmobiler, USMTS modified veteran. He has been fast all year. His second full year in a super late model, and he's 10 laps away from the topless 100 victory. Into turn number 1. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Dan Ebert. Man, the heartbreak last week at Florence. The car broke in front of the field, the massive pileup. He felt as bad as anyone, but right now, he is down the back straightaway, leading at Batesville, Arkansas, 9 to go. Off the turn number 4, James Trantina, his car owner, watching up in Minnesota. 8 laps to go for Ebert. It's 1.9 ahead of Dale McDowell. He wants it to stay green. Into turn number 3. Wythe Ashley down the main straightaway. Right now, 7 to go. And again, he has a fresher right rear than Dale McDowell, who runs in second. Davenport, Stuckey, Shepard, your top 5, but all eyes on the 60 car. Out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway, 6 to go. He'll have 5 to go next time around. The Durham-powered rocket chassis, Dan Ebert, down the back straightaway. He was third, I believe, in last year's Rookie of the Year chase. Back this year for more. And right now, he's 5 laps away from a career best victory. Into turn number 1, out at 2. It's still McDowell, Davenport, Stuckey, Shepard, O'Neill, Chris Ferguson, Brenda Smith, Brandon Overton, and Ricky Thornton Jr. But the story right now is the 60 car. Down the main straightaway, 4 laps to go. Remember, he has to go to the Longacre Racing scales, meet the weight requirements. Mark Richards, look at this. Look at this. Mark Richards giving signals to Ebert. Into turn 1, 4 laps to go. Ebert, cool and calm, out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Into 3. He wants it to stay green. So far, everything looks good on the racetrack. Down the main straightaway. Give him 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go for 60. Look at the crew. Here they come. Out here leading. You're leading all the way to Little Rock, down the straightaway. Barron's Performance, white flag, 1 left to go. He will pick up the tail end of the field, but it won't matter. Down the next straightaway. Dan Ebert, please stay green for 60, and it does. And Dan Ebert wins the topless 100. Second place is going to be Dale McDowell. Third is Jonathan Davenport. Fourth is Clay Stuckey. Fifth is Brandon Shepard. I don't even know what to say. Look at them.
They are excited.
They work
got
so
right
hard. Each and every one of these crews work so hard. Ben Allers, Hunter Schutte, Shelby Coop, they can't believe it. But we still got some business to go yet. We've got to do the droop check. We've got to do the weight. Dan Ebert. You know, I've been waiting to say it for 2 years. I'm not going to say it yet till it's official. Look at him. The Lakeshore, Minnesota driver. Again, a former snowmobile racer.
He is excited.
We could use some snow right now to cool this baby off, but USMT is modified. So unofficially, it's Dan Ebert, Dale McDowell, Jonathan Davenport, Clay Stuckey, tip of captain 4th, Brandon Shepard 5th, Ricky Thornton Jr. 6th, Hudson O'Neal 7th, Chris Ferguson 8th, Brandon Smith 9th, Brandon Overton 10th, Clay Harris, Devin Moran, Dylan McCowan, Josh Rice, Carson Ferguson, Charlie Cole, Terry Phillips, Kyle Bronson, Brian Shirley, Sam Seawright, Ethan Dotson, Kyle Beard, Daniel Hilsebeck. Can we show them right the name on the check here shortly? Great. Well, this is great, isn't it? Still not done. Still not done yet. The crew. Man, what a difference a week makes, right? The heart. He won the Dash for Cash last week. He was running a good race, and then a part broke, and then something broke, and he felt as bad as anyone.
Oh man, redeemed himself tonight. Still got to go through the.
Yep, we still got to go through Droop. Ashley, his wife down there. Hunter, Ben, Shelby, the crew, Mark Richards down there, the chassis builder, Durham powered entry. Up on the scales. All we need is Roy Faulkner, either hoping for a thumbs up. There is Earl Pearson Jr. down there. They're checking the droop as well. Unofficially, he ended up 4.9 seconds ahead of Mac Daddy. And again, what a night we've had. Tom Paulson, I don't even know what to say. $30,000 donation to Garrett Alberson and his family. We love dirt track racing. Everybody involved in this. Well, we'll wait till he puts the name on the check. Here he comes. He took his lumps a year ago. D-A-N-E-B-E-R-T. What you doing, Dan? Well, I just won $50,000 in the topless 100. Look at him.
How about that?
Crowd, let's hear it for him. What a crowd here tonight. And Dan Ebert, he's going to come around front straight away. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Look at him. Unbelievable
driver right there.
That is a memory. We had one last week, and there's a memory for life right there for Dan Ebert. What a way to get your first super late model victory of your career in the topless 100. Let's see if he does some donuts. Like Rice ran out of fuel last week. Let's see what Ebert does.
That is awesome. See him pick up his
He's
first
soaking
win.
it in. James Trantina, his car owner. He himself had a rough accident on track in Minnesota a few weeks ago. He's healing up, and Dan Ebert makes his way to Veland Victory Lane. Mark Richards down there. the crew a crown jewel victory. Your first one of your career, and it's the topless 100. Wesley, I don't know what to say, and you gotta love it, right? This is something we'll all, last weekend at Florence, and Dan Ebert backs it up here tonight. Here he is out of the car. How about it? Lakeshore, Minnesota's Dan Ebert, your topless 100 winner. Wesley, take it away.
Dan Ebert's going to celebrate here. The confetti goes off. $50,000 richer. Tears in his eyes. We'll get him here in front of the race car. First off, congratulations, sir. Not only are you a Super Late Model winner, not only are you a Lucasville Late Model Dirt Series winner, you are a topless 100 champion. Dan, take us through all the emotions.
It's unbelievable, really. To win our first Super Late Model race. We won that dash last week. We've had speed here, but on one of the biggest, most hardest races to win is unbelievable. I'm just speechless. This is just incredible. The crowd here, and we ran good here last year, and I just kind of had a good feel for it, and we've built on the setup since then.
You've had a lot of speed. We talked yesterday, and you said you felt really good. Last year, you come here, you get your best ever finish of fourth. Did you ever think you had a chance to win it? You had fast speed last night, and then heartbreak as you didn't have the run you were looking for in the prelim feature.
It's just so hard to know, particularly with all the tire trouble that was happening yesterday. It's just kind of the luck of it, honestly. I tried to be as nice as I could and not slide, but we ended up having a tire go down, which probably was a blessing because we probably had something there to race at the end. And I was just kind of able to get that middle groove working down here on some of those restarts, and it was a little touchy for sure, but and it's just unbelievable. This is just crazy. I can't. I'm just speechless to be where I am. For my year and a half basically driving a Super Late Model, I've come a long ways. James Trantina, my owner, took a chance on me and my team and my wife and Shelby and Jeff and Hunter and Ben, and it's pretty crazy because a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into getting here.
Take us through those last couple of restarts as well. You start making those moves, you get up in the top three, you get to second, you look under Josh, he cuts a right rear tire, then you're leading out front. When the caution comes out, what's going through your mind?
It's so hard. I had a good restart there, could roll the middle good, and then kind of hated I got into Dale there, but I had a good run there, and obviously Dale McDowell's an idol, and I've been looking up to him my whole life, so I would run second to him any day, but I had to take that chance, and then I was running Rice down, and I kind of see he was starting to get a little right rear laid, and I'd just be patient here, just be patient. There's a little time left, and then he ended up having a flat tire there, so man, that's nerve-wracking there. Like I said before, it's so hard to lead races, let alone, couple to go in one of the biggest crown jewel races there ever was. So Jeff was communicating really well with me. Just said, open up my entry good and make my car as wide as possible. So I just never hold back, and in these big races, sometimes you hear the weirdest things. It's like, man, 2 to go. It's like, is this right rear going down? I really start feeling shaken, but it held off, and that's all that matters.
And let's talk to all the great people that help you out, and of course your family here celebrating.
Yeah, Collins Brothers Towing of St. Cloud, Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Bear with me here. This is one of my pet peeves, looking at the car, but first time. Rob Mueller Electric, Monahan Marine, Speedworks, Fast Shaft, Go Lithium Batteries, Gorsuch Performance, Simpson Race Products, DK Designs, Quartermaster, Swift Springs, All-Star Performance, Weir's Machine, obviously Rocket Chassis, everybody there. They turned this car around for us last week. Andy Durham Motors are running really good. Quartermaster Bell Housings, just everybody on this thing. It's a dream to be here. People would kill to be standing where I am, let alone racing with some of the best competition in the world. So just taking it all in. This is incredible.
Well, Dan celebrating Batesville Motor Speedway. Show him some love. Your topless 100 winner, Dan Ebert.
Wesley trying to find second place Dale McDowell, but it was 4.984 seconds. And the right rear tire's down. How appropriate right then that.
A wild night as we catch up here with Chickamauga, Georgia's Dale McDowell. Dale, you look like you were about to have number 3, but you get there. You had a great battle with Ebert. He gets by you. And the right rear held on, but another great run for the 17M.
Yeah, we had some right rear tire left. I had a right front flat, so it started getting a little wheel spinny down the straightaway, and I knew we were one of the only ones that, if not the only one that didn't pit. So feel good about what Shane and Landon did on, the adjustments on the car. I first felt like I gave it away a little bit because I was running really conservative, trying to make it on tires. But when I wheel spun and Dan come by me, but those guys pitted about lap 34, 35, I think, and so they just had a little bit better tire. But it was a good run for us. Got in trouble early, got down there and got all boxed up and turned around and was just patient, trying to come my way, race my way back up through there. The car was really good in the middle, and so I knew I wasn't really hurting tires as bad, but this place will eat at them. But it's a good run for us.
Limited starts, you got to be happy to have that kind of speed at any race you go to.
Yeah, it's it is. You come out here with a group like this, and the speed changes. The competition level is unbelievable, and the speed changes throughout the race. Top groove, bottom groove, middle groove. It just makes it skillful, and so these guys, a lot of good guys out in this field. I mean, there was a lot of good racing out there. So I need to thank all my sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Mike Reese came on board Reese Monument a couple years ago and just saved our program, so I appreciate him. Ace Duran's the sponsor of the race. They come on board with us this year. Benedum's companies, BSI Well Service and BlackRock, Otterly Bath, Fox Shocks, Klotz, Cometic, Northeastern Fabrication, AAA, General Contractors, just everybody that's on the car. All my Cleveland Bunch, Campbell Installation, M&S Motors, Arendelle Heating and Air, Jason Wright, his construction company. It's everybody, that come on board. Clements, and I need to say hi to Tiff and the kids. I know they're at home. Had a new little grandbaby here a couple weeks ago, Della Ray. So she's not watching, but Banks is probably watching, my 4-year-old grandson. But just it was a good race for us, and so congratulations to Dan, and he did an awful good job, and to win one of these things is tough. So he did a good job. Congratulations to him. Thank all you race fans for weathering this heat and coming out and supporting us. And I'm hanging in there. Maybe we'll be back next year. I don't know. We'll see.
How about a race fan second place here tonight, Mac Daddy Dale McDowell. You got one more as well.
I did. Rimtech Enterprises come on board this year, and I forget those guys. We ain't raced enough for me to remember everybody, but thanks to all those guys that make this deal possible, so appreciate them.
How about a race fans once again? Dale McDowell comes home second.
Wesley catches up with Jonathan Davenport. Why not sign autographs in Victory Lane? Go ahead, Wesley.
Well, JD, you were the only driver to have 5 top 5s in the last 5 topless 100s. You keep that streak going. Another good run here coming up third, especially with the tire trouble battling back through the field.
Yeah, we just played the cards we was dealt there. I felt like we had a really, really good car there, thanks to my team there. They done an excellent job, battle through the heat, and especially thanks to these fans, man. It's tough sitting out there in the sun and watching a bunch of rednecks go around in a circle. So we definitely appreciate all y'all for coming here and staying here. But yeah, as far as the race goes, I just felt like I was really patient and felt like we had a car to win, really, and I was just kind of easing around there at the beginning, make sure I didn't go too hard, didn't run the top. Really. I think I went there one time just because I pushed up there, and just been patient, and several cars passed me, and then right before midway there, I started rolling and got back by them, and I got to the 17 car and felt like we was about to pass him for second, and we had that caution, and that's when the right rear started going down. So tires look great, just had a cut in it, so it's just part of Batesville here. It's bit a lot of people, and some it hasn't. So But then we got back going there and passed quite a few cars. Actually got by Dan before it started taking rubber. And then once it started taking rubber, I just went in conserve mode and felt like we was pretty good there. Just would pick them off every now and then and just kind of ride. And I could go up there and kind of see whose tires was slick and whose wasn't, and I just kind of looking for circumference grooves. You know, it's pretty dark out here, but there's a light that shines on the tires every now and then if you get just at the right angle. So just trying to see what was around me, and we lost a spot to Dan. I believe it was one of the last double file restarts. I think the car in front of me got a little loose in 1 and 2 there. We had to check up, and then so he got by us, and then from then on we went single file, and he started moving around and getting a couple guys on the outside when they get balled up getting in turn 1. So yeah, we just really didn't know how hard to go. We still had plenty of tire left, so we had a really balanced race car. But congratulations to Dan. You know, it's hard to win any Lucas Oil race, no less one here at Batesville. The way this place shakes out, and a crown jewel to add on top of that. So want to say congratulations to him. Thanks to all my guys. They've done an excellent job once again. And got to thank Ace Duran, Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, Longhorn Chassis, Bilstein Shocks, Longhorn Dynamics. I'd like to give a shout out also to Allison Enterprises and for all the help they give us. We had some Ace Duran people here tonight and up in the booth, so hopefully we put them on a good show, and of course Steve and Anthony up there too. So just thank everybody to make this possible. Lance also obviously, and Darla Landers. I'm sure she's watching back home. I wish she could have come out here and watch this race, but I'm sure it's a whole lot cooler there sitting on the couch. So also got to say thanks to Midwest Sheet Metal. I know Chris ain't here, so if you're watching, hope you're doing okay, buddy, and we miss you at the track.
How about it, race fans? Third place here tonight, Superman Jonathan Davenport.
All right, Wesley, great job working with this weekend. I don't even know what to say, right?
It's been a good weekend.
I mean, before the race started, Mr. Tom Paulson donates $30,000 of his own money to Garrett Alberson.
That's awesome.
I mean, you can't top that.
Nope. That's just unheard of, you know? My gosh. We've got a lot of, that's why I love this sport, right? So many great people I've met over the years, and just continues to be the best early model racing. And Dan Ebert, how about that? Your first ever super late model victory comes in the topless winner, and it's worth $50,000. And he wins by 4.9 seconds. Again, Dale McDowell, Jonathan Davenport, Clay Stuckey, tip of the cap to him. That's his best finish, I think, in a crown jewel race. Fourth, Shepard, Thornton, O'Neill, Chris Ferguson, Brendan Smith, and Brandon Overton, your top 10. Wesley, your final thoughts. We thought last weekend was chaotic, and Josh Rice almost went back-to-back in a crown jewel race. The right rear gave it up after 89 laps, after starting 21st, I believe 22nd. But Dan Ebert, you got to feel for him. Man, last week, that heartbreak, he felt as bad as anybody I've ever seen. And he comes back tonight, and he wins the topless 100. How do you describe that? Over two of the best that's ever turned a wheel in Dale McDowell and Jonathan Davenport.
A wild night. I mean, this weekend was a hot one. It was a wild one. There was some temper flaring, but what a way to finish it. Dan Ebert, of course, the emotions, taking the victory lap. So cool to see. And it's topless 100 living up to the moniker. I mean, it's always full of everything. It's always full of a little bit of drama. And now it's full of a first-time winner. I don't even know what to say. It's a wild night. And congratulations to Ebert, McDowell, and Davenport right there behind him. I mean, you're, like you said, holding off two of the best in the business. A wild weekend. And can't wait for next year now.
Well, how about this, Wesley? Now, I'll talk to Dan later. He's from the land of 10,000 lakes. What about a pond? I know. But congratulations in that Rocket Durham. You saw Mark Richards down there giving hand signals. He's signing body panels in Victory Lane. And I can't wait to see his Facebook page. His wife, Ashley, and what you doing, Dan, and we're in Batesville, and we just won $50,000. First ever late model win. Well, we're going to wrap it up. I don't know what to say. The Batesville 115 excessive heat index went 100 laps. Ebert, McDowell, Davenport, Stuckey, Shepard, your top 5. That will wrap it up for James Berry. Ray calling the modifieds. Wesley Gwaltney. I'm James Essex. We will see you Flow Racing Night in America, Ben and Dustin from Iowa Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we'll be back Port Royal the 28th and 29th, Rumble by the River. We hope you enjoyed it. Everybody have a good week. And again, Tom Paulson, God bless you, sir. Garrett Alberson, get better, my friend. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.